Welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon countdown video. Today we're going to be doing a little more speculating. This article was sent to me on Twitter by a user named CheesyNanToes. The article talks about Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Plus and Minus and how they could be related. It might sound silly at first, but this person makes some pretty good points. So the article starts with the guy introducing himself, and then he starts to compare Sun and Moon to Plus and Minus. A little bit of a history lesson. Plus and Minus were games that were leaked, I guess. A leaker claimed that Plus and Minus were going to be the next Pokemon games. Obviously they're not, because Sun and Moon have already been announced and nobody's even talked about a Plus and Minus. But basically what this guy is saying, or trying to say, is that Sun and Moon were early versions of Plus and Minus, and a lot of things that the leaker said can be applied to Sun and Moon, if that makes any sense. So let's actually read into what this guy has to say. So here he says that he has a theory. All we know is that there were screenshots of a hotel, vehicles, and a weird bird-like Pokemon that was shown in the 20th anniversary trailer. Let's focus on the hotel. Okay, the hotel is based off of a, well, from what he can see, it's based off of a hotel located in Southeast Asia known as the Raffle Hotel. I was actually sent this picture on Twitter as well of the Raffle Hotel, but not really much context. This guy's putting context into it and kind of explaining why he thinks that it's based off of that. Not just, you know, that it is based off of that and that's what he thinks, but he's giving us a backstory. And that's one of the regions, or one of the reasons we believe Sun and Moon could take place, or regions, oh my god, I can't read. Others say Hawaii, but now I'm kind of leaning towards Southeast Asia, and here's why. The leaker identified this region to be based off of Southeast Asia, which is made up of a peninsula and smaller islands located around the region, which is connected by bridges and smaller tunnels. So the leaker for Plus and Minus said that Plus and Minus were going to be located off of Southeast Asia, which is really interesting because we have this connection with the Raffle Hotel and the Southeast Asia thing that the Plus and Minus leaker was talking about. Let's see what else they have to say. Also, the flag of Southeast Asia has a symbol of a 12-pointed star and a crescent moon. This gives me little clarification that this leaker may have been a little spot on about Plus and Minus, but probably the game was later changed in later years to be known as Sun and Moon to pay homage to Southeast Asia. The leaker also mentioned other aspects which were planned to be in this game, which will be listed below. There is a town with a golden Slowking statue on top of a building temple that's laying on its side, which looks similar to the reclining Buddha in Thailand. Huh. That's very specific information, but it does sound like something that Pokemon would do, especially if the games are located in Southeast Asia. This could very well be that great city the backpacker was mentioning in X and Y. Well, he doesn't make any mentions of a Slowking statue or anything like that, but that's not something we can disregard. Down here it looks like he has some information on the starters, probably from the leaker of Plus and Minus. So the grass starter is a meek plant, which its final evolution resembles a palm tree, which is common in Southeast Asia, that produces electricity and it becomes a grass electric type. The fire starter is a small goat Pokemon with little horns that blows out smoke and flames and becomes larger when it evolves to its second and final evolution stage. It becomes a fire fairy. The water starter starts out as a small droplet and then later evolves into a large water droplet with 2 arms and legs, and it becomes a water steel type. You guys can see, I'm guessing these are fan-made illustrations. Well, no, these have to be fan-made illustrations because they're definitely not official art. Please note, Game Freak has a lot of concept arts for each starter, as well as legendary Pokemon concepts, so please note these may or may not be the final starter Pokemon lineup. Down here he's talking about gyms. There's a gym based off of baby Pokemon, and another gym with a vampire theme. That's a dual type gym, okay. And then a military gym that focuses on flying types. Any Pokemon that can fly, Flygon, Staraptor, or Drifblim. Wow. If all of this is true, then it would definitely bring a change to all the main series Pokemon games. I mean, all the future main series Pokemon games. This sounds like something that you would find in the new generation, so I'm kind of believing that, but the baby Pokemon gym, I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. The legendaries. The Plus or Sun Pokemon is based off a Shifu lion that has 3 heads, which is a Psychic and Ground type, and the Minus or Moon Pokemon has dashes for eyes, and it has a hurricane-like appendage with multiple arms, and it's a Ghost Fairy type. Most likely, the legends are flat out wrong, or were misunderstood for DLC in the 6th gen games, or do we not know something this leaker knows? The new team villains are described as a bunch of Sohei Zealots types who have discovered the player's best friend as a reincarnation of a special type of person who is only alive every 100 years. That reminds me of Ash Greninja. If you guys watch the anime, Ash is referred to, or the hero that makes Greninja evolve or become the hero Greninja or something, is a person that is only born every 100 years. They believe the old system where people were given a Pokemon egg and they stick to that Pokemon until they die, and whose function in society dictate what role that person is. They are against the modern trend of Pokemon trainers and capturing multiple Pokemon and are making a holy pilgrimage to evoke the old legendaries to turn everything back to normal. They keep the player away from their friend, saying the special one, who can do amazing things like Mega Evolve Pokemon without the use of a Mega Ring. Only love is that of Pokemon and not people. It is planned to be revealed later that for the special one to fulfill their role in society, they must be mortally sacrificed to awaken the legendaries. That sounds a little dark. No, that sounds really dark. And a lot of this reminds me of Ash and Ash Greninja, because Ash can Mega Evolve his Greninja. Well, it becomes as strong as a Mega Evolution, so it might as well be called a Mega Evolution. He can do it without a Mega Stone and without a Keystone. And I believe in episode 6 and 7, they talked about a legend who was born every 100 years that had a Pokemon like Ash Greninja. So this sounds very familiar, except for the sacrifice. That's a little dark. But this is Pokemon, so I'm pretty sure the friend gets saved at the end somehow. At the end of the article, the guy says that we're gonna have to find out next month on April 15th when CoroCoro leaks. Well, that's not necessarily the case. I'm pretty sure CoroCoro isn't gonna reveal all of that. So, I mean, we're gonna have to wait a lot longer for all of that information. But we're not gonna have to wait as long for the gameplay, so I'm pretty excited about that. If you guys would like a chance to be featured in one of these countdown videos, my Twitter DMs are open for theories, speculation, fan-made artwork, and fan-made music, and I'll definitely make sure to credit you if I choose to use any of them in a countdown. I also have a Patreon page in case any of you guys want to go the extra mile and support me even further. There are perks to becoming a patron, such as appearing in a countdown, playing online games with me, a follow on Twitter, but for more details, it's better to check out the actual page. I'll have a link to it in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching, make sure to click like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.